Tuesday to you. We have quite the weather pattern across the state today. In fact, a cold front moved through over the evening hours and will make its way off to the eastern side of the state by the end of the day today. But before it does so, eastern Montana will see temperatures about 10 to 15 degrees warmer than they are here in central Montana. But speaking of central Montana, even closer to home here in the capital city, Helena right now sitting at a balmy 48 degrees. Nice and cool this morning compared to some temperature highs we've seen through the morning hours over the past few days. But nevertheless, across the country, seeing some decent moisture moving through the northern part of California down into the Four Corners, a little bit of moisture as well, and then seeing the remnants of a mid-latitude cyclone moving off to the northeast part of the country as well, out over the Atlantic into British Columbia. But here in the Treasure State, you can see, even from this wide view, see this cold front making its way off to the eastern side of the state, and with it, some rainfall as well. But as it moved through central Montana through the overnight hours, we actually saw some light mountain snow. Now, this isn't too significant, especially when we'll move into later in the winter season, but it's notable as our first light mountain snow in quite a while here in the Treasure State. So it's always nice to see that, and it's an indication we're finally moving more so in the fall direction. But over on the eastern side of the state, here's a closer look. You can see the rain following that front out the door over to the eastern side. And then, of course, here's an overlay of our fires and recent fires on the western side of the state and down to the southwest as well. But most of those fires have been getting quite a bit of moisture over the past few days and will continue to do so over the next few as well. Wednesday into Thursday, Thursday being the first day of fall, we'll actually see the biggest chance of rainfall this week being on Thursday for your first day of fall. Nice and breezy conditions as well. But as we move forward, you'll notice that front's going to make its way out, eventually cooling eastern Montana as well. First day in a while we've seen our weather alerts look this dry, clear, and calm. But over to the west, Pacific Northwest, seeing things calm as well. So nice and just a refreshing, nice breath of air. And speaking of breath, how about the air quality here in the Treasure State? Finally clearing up, seeing some green on the map for the first time in a while. So we can finally have a zen moment here in the Treasure State. So it's nice to see that. Remember last week we saw things over on the bad side of the scale. But we'll see some localized heavy rains and thunderstorms possible, mainly for central to southeast Montana as we move forward over the next day to day and a half as well. Watch out, of course, don't drive through flooded roadways. Turn around, don't drown. Definitely applies here in the Treasure State. You just don't know how deep that water is, and it really doesn't need to be that deep to push your car off the roadway. That is scientifically proven, believe it or not. But today we'll see this cold front that I was referring to move off to the east. Behind it, high-pressure system slides in tomorrow, stabilizing the atmosphere over on the eastern side of the state. We see both higher temperatures, clear skies, and calm conditions, indicating high pressure in firm control over here on the eastern side of the state. But after that, this low-pressure system moves through central Montana for your Thursday. First day of fall, nice and wet across the Treasure State. Higher elevations, mainly in southwestern Montana, we'll see some light snow. So everybody getting a piece of the puzzle as far as higher elevations are concerned this week. Friday, breezy conditions and calm, but overall your future track moving into your 7-day temperature is going to be.
Montana's suicide rates are among the highest in the nation. Depression is a real